Hello everybody and welcome to Voice of Fire Tarot. For today's reading I'm going to be asking what is in the next chapter of your story. So I'm going to leave it quite broad. I'm not going to focus on any specific area. So I'm just going to see what Spirit comes up with. So it could be anything at all that is in the next chapter of your story. And when I say the next chapter and your story, I'm talking about your life in general. So what is coming up for you? And then I'll be asking what you can do to navigate this next chapter so that you can get the most out of it and so that you can continue your life in the most positive way possible. Okay, so as usual, there will be 4 groups to choose from. So if you select the first group, you will be selecting this lovely blue obsidian crystal. If you select the second group, it will be this Dalmation Jasper. Okay. If you select the third group, it will be this Mookaite Jasper. And if you select the fourth group, it will be this Pyrite stone or Pyrite crystal. Okay, so pause the video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to actually decide which group or groups, there may be more than one, which resonates with you. And please remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay. All right, if you like this channel or you like what you see, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and please feel free also to leave any comments below. All right, lovely. So I look forward to seeing you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. You chose this blue obsidian crystal, and this reading is about what is in the next chapter of the story of your life. Okay, and as I said in the introduction, I've left it quite open, so it could really come up with anything. All right, so Spirit, please can you give me information about the next chapter of the story of people in group 1, please? Okay. Right. So we have the 3 of Cups, followed by Judgment, followed by the 8 of Wands. Wow, this is pretty powerful stuff. So instantly I'm seeing in the center something is coming to pass that is something that is meant to be celebrated, as you see with the 3 of Cups, and it's kind of like you're going to get like a response. It's like you're responding to a calling, something really, really high level. Something's going to come in and it's going to be divinely guided, as you see with this Judgment card. Definitely divinely guided. And it's suddenly you are going to get it's like you're being given the green light or the go ahead to move forward with something. Now this could actually be some sort of collaboration or friendship or something with other people. So it could be some sort of group project. It could be with kind of where you fit into the workplace, or even it could be to do with your own business and possibly where you fit in with that, where this business actually fits in. It's given you a lot of clarity, and it's like this next coming chapter, it's like Spirit is almost saying to you, look, this is the way to go, this is what you need to do, this is what is according to your higher purpose, or to what your soul has what your soul actually wants for you. Okay, so yeah, it's going to feel quite strange, but actually quite liberating as well, because you're going to feel like a lot of resistance and barriers are being pulled away. So it's really, really, really powerful. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit more information about this. Powerful start, group 1. Okay, more information please on what group 1 can expect in the next chapter of their story, please. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Cups, followed by the Six of Wands. So I'm immediately getting success on a material level, as we see with the King of Pentacles, and also on a kind of a heart level. So I'm looking at this Ace of Cups, and it's not just material, it's not outward things. The reason why it feels so wonderful and so victorious, as we see with the Six of Wands, is because what's happening for you in the next chapter, whether it be something small or something big that you can move forward with, it's going to feel wonderful because it's actually aligned with your path, with what it is you're called to do. Everything just feels right. Everything is just falling into place because you are actually doing what makes your heart overflow with happiness. Okay. Wow. And it's almost like you've either got some sort of goal, it's like maybe others in your soul group, or maybe parts of yourself. This is what I'm seeing here. So parts of yourself that are kind of coming together in a really creative way. So yeah, for some of you, it could be other people, something you celebrate with other people, but it also could be something internal, something quite alchemical. So I see these three women as different parts of yourself as well. It could also be previous incarnations as well, that are sort of coming together and they're like celebrating. It's like yourself is celebrating because you're totally aligned. And this is where you're celebrating because it's like finally you found some sort of way to be stable and rooted on Earth in this particular life that you're in now. And what this is doing is, because you found this way, because you're responding to this call, yeah, you're feeling a lot of victory. To me, this is like your soul feels victory, not just yourself here on Earth. This is like the whole thing really, and that you're moving forward as well. Powerful. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to get some oracles just to see where we're going with this. So I'm going to use this oracle first, I think, by Kyle Gray. Okay, Spirit, information, please, about this. We have solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. Wow. It's like something in you has ignited, and you can, as I see with it, this is fire. We have the Eight of the Eight of Wands, which is forward fire energy. It's actually you're starting to do, because something is definitely being upgraded, as we see with this judgment. It's kind of, he's blown his trumpet, and he's kind of upgrading you. And then you're going forward, and again we have another fire card. It's a Six of Wands. It's actually you're starting to take action. That's what I'm seeing here. Lovely. Okay, what else have we got? I'm going to use this deck, I think. More information, please, about... Oh, that flew out. Recognition. Someone deserves to be recognized for all that they do. Wow. Yeah, I do feel that for a lot of you. Yeah, this is definitely to do with recognition. Really a really high degree of self-esteem, self-worth is coming in for you, group one. And yeah, it's like a recognize. It's like a celebration of yourself, how you interact with others, how others see you as well. And it's kind of like you're seen as in this kind of Six of Wands, King of Pentacles, grounded, really, really powerful energy. So that's wow, that's wonderful. It's like you've actually started to achieve something. So if you, for example, have your own business that you're trying to get off the ground, it feels like you've been putting in the work, and finally in this next chapter you are starting to see things that your luck, it's like your luck or your everything's becoming clearer. The path is becoming clearer. People are starting to recognize, oh, actually, there is something in this business. This business is really successful. There is something really good about it, something useful. People are starting to recognize the value of what you bring to them. So that could be whether it be in a business or whether it be in a job or whether it be in relationships with others. People are really starting to recognize your value, and that is what is coming through here. It's almost like, again, the solar light upgrade, it's almost like this kind of a gold aura or light emanating from you, and people are really noticing you in a really, really positive way, and they're starting to recognize your value. So that's really, really powerful and positive, group one. Okay, so what I'm going to ask now, I would like to know, please, what can people in group one do to navigate this next chapter of their story so that they can continue the story of their life in the most positive way from now on, please? So we have Wheel of Fortune, followed by the King of Swords, followed by the Seven of Swords. And we'll get some clarity for that. I'm not entirely sure where we go with that Seven of Swords. But what I see here, this to me is like they want you to tap into some sort of positive energy stream. That's what I'm instantly getting here. And what that involves is clarity about your mind, what you want and where you're going, which I see with this King of Swords. So they want you to be really clear. And this is all to do, I feel, I mentioned your aura before. I think it's all about your aura, your energetic fields. It's like they want you to tune in to the energy, because this Wheel of Fortune can go either way. It can go towards, it might not be able to move in some cases and you can't get that good fortune. But in other times it can be, it can come through in a really, really positive way. So I'm thinking that's what they want you to do. It's like they want you to tap into the wheel of fortune, or even the wheel of positive manifestation, you could call it. They want you to tune into that. But in order to do that, you have to be really, really clear about it. So really be clear about the messages that you're giving out mentally, possibly the way you're talking to yourself mentally, the way you're talking generally, the things you say verbally as well. What they're telling me is this is really, really going to be important for you in order for this to come about. So really, really pay attention to your thoughts and the things that you say and how you say them. And they want you to align it really, really, really positively in a way that just feels right for you. And I feel like you will get guided towards that, but you need to be quite open to it as well, quite open to this guidance that you get. And if you do that, that will align you with the positive aspect of the Wheel of Fortune, which should enable you to move forward really positively. Now, I'm thinking this is possibly a little bit of a warning for some of you, not all of you, that trying to get into the habit of old ways of thinking, because that might possibly sabotage all this. Just a little warning there. But yeah, just a little warning. It doesn't mean it necessarily is going to happen, but it might slow this down, really, really slow this 8 of Wands energy down. It's about being really, really clear, really positive, clear, positive thoughts, which is obviously easier said than done. But they really want you to work on that and just be open and accept whatever guidance you get from spirit. So this could be, synchronicities. It could be any visions, anything you get in terms of dreams, in your meditations, whichever way you connect to your soul and to spirit as well. So I'd like to know a bit more. A bit more, please, about this. What people in group one can do to navigate this next chapter of their story in the most positive way. Okay, so we have the Empress. So yeah, it's on the positive aspect, because the Empress, she's a major arcana. She's to do with all the positive, creative, abundant things on the earth plane. She's to do with fertility as well. So it's growing new positive ideas. It's, positively being connected with nature as well. So it's really trying to get into that positive vibration with the earth. Yeah, we have Temperance. Yes, what they're saying is temper your thoughts. Really, really important. Have a balance between the emotional, the mental and the spiritual. That's really, really important for you now. And then we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, what they're telling me is not to predominantly focus on your thoughts, because if you don't allow your feelings to come through, or if you go into old ways of thinking, you possibly will miss this thing that's coming in, and things will happen, but it'd be more slower. Okay, it'd be much more slower, and it will take you longer to actually notice this, as we see with the Four of Cups, to notice this cup, this opportunity, this wonderful thing that has been offered from Spirit for you. So yeah, they want you to see. These cards are very much about not seeing what's in front of you. Not all the time, but especially I think in this circumstance or in this context in your reading. Yeah, this is to do with emotional balance and just balancing. It's a sign of balancing the mental, the emotional. I see this sort of things happening here. Everything's about balance and temperance. And it's funny, on the bottom of this deck, we had the Knight of Swords, which is saying, yeah, on one hand, they're saying go forward, courageously, like this knight in the Knight of Swords card, but also try and temper that thinking. Don't kind of jump to conclusions really quickly. Really, really think about things and think about what you're saying. Are you in a positive mindset? Are you saying the most positive things? Because when you do it more and more, this will sort of build up and become more natural for you. And this is what I feel is what the King of Swords and the Temperance and the Empress card are about. Okay, right. So now I think I'm going to choose the same oracles. So, oh, there's too many. So Spirit, more information please about what people in Group 1 can do about this, please. For this next chapter, how can they make it more positive or navigate it in the most positive way? Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. Yeah, remember I talked about soul family before? So maybe it might be worth you kind of meditating and connecting with your soul family, your soul group. Maybe for your spirit guides as well. Really, really think about who your spirit guides are. Try and connect with them. Trying to have some sort of dialogue with them. And it will kind of bring you back to the beginning, like the purity before all the kind of the lower energies, which we all receive before that kind of thing comes in. So yeah, it's about remembering home, remembering what you're here to do. They really want you to align with your life purpose here, and even your soul purpose. Okay, so just to finish off, let's have a little look. Anything else you want to say about this, Spirit? Reconciliation. This relationship, partnership, or friendship can be saved. Yeah, so it could be to do, possibly, they're giving you a bit of a heads up. This could be to do with your relationship with others, or even with parts of yourself that you've neglected. You possibly haven't been, some of you might have not nourished or nurtured your inner child. See that part of yourself. All these parts of yourself that need to be sort of reconciled. They're saying it can be saved, but you need to be in this kind of, what they're saying is just be open, I think. Be open and be open to positive ways of looking at things as well. So yeah, really, really positive. Really, really positive, Group 1. Okay. What I'd like to know now, just one last question, Spirit, is I just want one card, please, just to give me a bit of information about how soon this next chapter is going to begin. If you can give it to me in terms of numbers, that would be great. Okay. Five of Swords. Okay. So yeah, we're probably talking 5 weeks, 5 months. Could be in 5 days, but the number 5 it's quite relevant here. So I'm thinking it is to do with parts of yourself. And it's funny, we've got 3 parts as well. So yeah, I do really, really feel it's part of yourself. Again, it could be previous incarnations. But yeah, it's bringing this all together. It's getting through this murkiness, all this negativity. And I think, yeah, possibly 5 months we're talking, or yeah, even closer than that, this will start to begin. So yeah, quite soon, I think. Anything else about this, please, Spirit? we have the Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah, again, I think it's to do with the combination. It's like bringing things together. Obviously, these cards look really, really negative from the outset. But what they're saying is these things can be solved. There's a heart that's kind of broken. And again, I do think, yeah, it's to do with, you know, your partnerships within yourself and possibly others as well. And this is why you need to get into this positive energy stream, because it will be really, really positive for you, this next chapter, if you do this. Okay, so I hope you liked the reading, Group 1. If you did, please feel free to comment, like, share and subscribe as well. All right, so thank you very much and goodbye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Dalmation Jasper, and this reading will be about what is in the next chapter of your story, this being the story of your life. So as in the introduction, I said that this would be quite a open reading. I'm leaving it open to spirit, so I'm not focusing on any specific category. So I'm just going to see what comes up for you. Okay, Group 2. Spirit, please can I have information for people in Group 2 who chose the Dalmation Jasper. What can you tell me about the next chapter in their story, in their life, please? What will happen, please? Okay. So we have the Ten of Wands, followed by the Devil, followed by the Emperor. Okay. So what I'm feeling here is interesting, because I thought something to do possibly with school, or maybe actually university, going back to school, university, that kind of thing, or something like that. Especially as I saw the Hierophant in the bottom. So I think it's, I think it's something to do with that, something that you're learning. And I feel that you're going to come through a period of quite hard work. It's going to feel quite tiring. But what's happening is, I feel that you're possibly going to go through a period of self-doubt. As we see with this Devil card, this is kind of doubt about yourself. And I believe that it could be to do with possibly structure, the structure of it. It might not actually coincide with what you believe this particular course or whatever it is you're doing. It kind of doesn't align with what you want it to be. And we have this Emperor here, which again is some sort of, could be possibly a male authority. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a female with, it could be with strong masculine energy, but it's definitely someone in authority. And I think your feeling is a bit of resistance with that. So yeah, it could be to do with, either some sort of course that you're about to start, or you're actually doing, or it could be to do with possibly a job that you're in. Something that you're getting a bit of difficulty with at the moment. And yeah, it does feel like you're carrying a lot of burdens. Okay, so I am going to get a bit more information about this Group 2. Yeah, I just feel like you are pushing against authority. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's like you're feeling there's like a wall in front of you, and it's starting to make you sort of doubt your own abilities. May not even be abilities, it could be your own judgment and your own way of doing things. So let's have a little look at there. Okay. So we have the King of Wands, followed by the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Swords. So I feel that what they want you to do is, they're kind of getting you to be, it's kind of just show, I don't use the word bravery, but kind of some courage in this sort of situation. And I think this courage is in how you deal with other people, and they want you to present yourself in kind of a King of Wands energy. See, this King of Wands, he has got immense power. It's a very doing card, but as he's a king, he is harnessing that power and he's able to delegate this power to others. But at the end of the day, he knows what he wants to do and he just does it in whichever way, obviously in a respectful and a courteous and a nice way, but he gets the job done because he knows where he wants to go with it. And he has that immense power, he has that authority. And what I feel like is that you have this within yourself. So you might feel that you might be somebody who doesn't really like authority, who doesn't like I just get a feeling that you don't like the normal ways that things run, like normal structures in society, and you might feel a lot of resistance to that. And there might be because this King of Wands is probably building within you. And you might be at a time in your life when you're starting to think, oh, actually, I don't have to put up with that. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. So what I think they're trying to do is get you to, what will happen is, yeah, it will feel really difficult. You feel a lot of resistance. But this is a time when you need to kind of come out of yourself. And they want you to get through this doubt and this darkness, this insecurity. They want you to it's kind of put yourself out into that arena. So it could be your job, but it's kind of taken up your space. It's taken up your space, it's not, they don't want you to hide away in the shadows and carry all these burdens. There was a way of, it's kind of like sticking up for yourself. And I think this here is where the courage is coming in. It's not being afraid of that authority. That is there. It's actually working with that authority. I see that as working with them. And there's also possibly like working with people on an equal footing as well. But it's all to do with how you put yourself across. So what they're trying to tell you is not to be too sort of too brash, too aggressive, because I think this will tire you out. And you might feel a bit of strain, a bit of tiredness and a bit of resistance in this coming month. Sorry, not coming month, in this next chapter. It's strange that I said coming month, so that could be something that's happening quite soon for you. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pull some oracles about this. So, let's have a look. I'm going to use this one. I kind of feel as well that this for, the Emperor, it could also be for some of you, if not all of you, because even if you are facing this sort of external authority in the workplace or within an institution, it could be anything. But they want you to build this up within yourself as well. This is what I feel as well. They want you to build up this sense of presence and a sense of authority and respect for yourself. That's what I think is really, really important for you. And it's like you might be given a situation that kind of tests that, where you have to sort of rise to the challenge and to do this. And it would be a turning point for you, I think. Okay, what is going to happen in the next chapter of the story of people in group 2, please? Natural born leader. You were born to lead others. It is a part of your life's path. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's like they're bringing out the inner leader, because I think you've been led, and I think with great resistance, it's like you've been dragging your feet. You haven't felt aligned. It's like you felt that up until this point, that you're not meant to be led. You're meant to be your own person. So this could be branching out actually and doing something in the way you want to do it. So it could be starting your own business or working towards that. It could be through promotion within a company or something like that, something that you're more aligned with. So I think this next chapter, you'll start to feel more strain of carrying that with you. It's like you need to drop these wands and you need to actually believe in yourself. I see a lot of self-belief, and I feel like this is kind of a life purpose. They want you to be this leader. Because what's happened is, because you know within yourself you haven't been the leader that you're meant to be, it's created a lot of doubt, insecurity, a lot of darkness, and also feeling very restricted in terms of possibly I'm feeling it is your job or your education, anything like that. You've been feeling quite restricted by it. So I think this will sort of come to a head in this next chapter, and you'll be given some sort of situation, or it will just click in you. I just feel like it will just click, and you'll think, I have enough of this. I need to be a leader. And you might not be leading other people. It might just be leading yourself, being in charge of yourself, being in charge of your own destiny as well. Okay, anything else we have to say? I'm going to use this deck, I think. This colour deck. Okay. Spirit, anything else about what is happening in the next chapter of the lives, the story of people in Group 2, please? Pink, let love in. Now, what I think this is referring to is love for yourself. And it's the basic thing of actually loving yourself. You know, respecting yourself. Remember I said about self-respect? I think it's to do with self-worth, self-love as well. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't respect yourself, then that energy will emanate into the world around you. So, you know, possibly doing work with the heart chakra as well. But what this is saying is that at this point, because you might be facing a lot of resistance from authority, you need to have that love for yourself, have that kind of self-worth. It will be really, really important in this time in order for you to kind of get past this kind of darker, restrictive energy so you can be the natural born leader you're supposed to be. Okay, so what I want to know now, Spirit, please can you tell me, how can people in Group 2 navigate this next chapter of their story so that they can continue the story of their life in the most positive way, please? Okay. We have the Two of Cups, followed by the Eight of Swords, followed by the Hanged Man. Okay, so the Two of Cups, I think we really are talking about self-love. I think that's really important. I think rather than another person, I think we're talking within yourself. It's almost like bringing together your masculine and feminine energies. And we have this lion here, which to me is a symbol of strength. And I feel it's a symbol of spirit as well. Spirit is uniting you as well. And it's kind of wanting for you to focus on where you are now and look at areas in your life where you are feeling bound and you are feeling that you've lost control or you haven't got control. And what they're wanting to do is really, really work on that and think about how you can loosen these binds, as we have here, from the Eight of Swords. And you notice she's blindfolded as well. So it's like they want you to open up your sight and see things from different perspectives, which is what is happening with this Hanged Man. He's hanging upside down and he's seeing things, because he's doing that, he's seeing things from a much different perspective. And because of that, you know, this light is starting to emanate from his head and everywhere. He's starting to get more information. So I think they sort of want you to hang there at the moment, get more information, kind of observe what's happening around you, and really get to grips with who you actually are and what you're meant to be. And just build up that self-worth. I think that's really, really important for you at this time. So anything else you want to say about this, please? For people in Group 2. Okay. Right, yes. So we have an end of a cycle here, as denoted by the Ten of Swords. So I think what might have been happening up until now is that you've been preoccupied in your mind, in your mental energy, possibly focusing on how other people see you and, you know, how you come across as well. And I think it's been on a very mental level. And what they're trying to do is bring in the emotional side of things. I think you possibly have neglected a little bit your self-worth, working on yourself as well. And what's happened is, because of that, this Eight of Swords energy has become stronger. But also, if you notice with the Eight of Swords, she can actually get out of these binds. Her legs aren't bound, so she could wriggle out of this if she wants to. And they're saying to me that you have that ability. And they've actually kind of contrasted it with this Two of Swords, where she is actually choosing to be blindfolded. But it's kind of like, it's similar to the Hanged Man here, but I get the feeling that she is looking at things from two different perspectives, but in order to do that, she needs to actually close her eyes and she goes into herself. And it's a much calmer picture. We've got the moon in the background. It's like she's tapping into her intuition and she's kind of opening up a space mentally. What this will do as well is make your thinking much more clearer. You'll start to open up the other chakras, your third eye, your crown, and this is the result. You start to see things from a different perspective. You start to gain strength, as we see with the strength card here. This will be powerful for you. This is where Spirit will really help you, possibly with that solar plexus energy, which is to do, yes, definitely with self-worth. It'll bring out the courage, that Leo, and again, Leo, the lion, this is to do with leadership as well. It will sort of highlight to you a way of seeing how you can be the leader in a way that aligns with who you truly are, who you're meant to be, and it will feel just right. And it's interesting, on the bottom of this deck, we've got the Queen of Cups. So they are emphasizing the need for you to really, really dig deep and self-reflect and really go into yourself, start to know yourself, not just in a mental way, but remember, cups are to do with water. So they want you to go into what your feelings are saying to you, what your feelings, what your emotions, really tap into that empathic or that intuitive side, I should say, is a better way of saying it. It's really work on your feelings. What it is that you want, what is it you want for yourself, okay? Really explore that. I think that's really, really important. And that, again, will open many doors for you. And that will help you to get through this kind of resistance that you're going to feel in this chapter much more easily, much more smoothly, and you can you'll get that strength as well. Okay, got a couple more cards, I think. What can people in group 2 do to navigate this chapter, please? Old habits. An old habit may be keeping you from moving forward. Yeah, and I think what they're doing, I think the old habits, they're trying to get rid of the old habits. I think it's to do with the mind and negative thoughts, negative self-belief, probably putting yourself down. It could be quite a feature for you. And sometimes you think, you stop doing that. But remember, this can be all in, because if you've been doing it for a long time, this can be ingrained in the subconscious. And obviously working with the subconscious takes a longer time to do. So I think they really want you to work on that, because there's things that might be buried, which you wouldn't see with the mind. This is where they want you to really tap in to your intuition. And this will reveal to you what is going on in your subconscious, as you see here. All right. This will see where the old habits are sort of staying there. When energy stays in one place, when it's negative and dense, it gets more and more dense, and you feel more and more restricted, more and more heavy, more and more powerless as well. So they really want you to look at what those old habits are doing, how they're affecting your life. And I fear that they want you to recognize what they are. So there might be things that you don't really know or not aware of, or you're not aware of the extent to which these old habits are actually affecting your life in a negative way. So they want you to address this, and it's like facing it with kind of courage as well. So this is where the strength will come in. Okay, anything else? I'm going to use this colour deck again, just to finish off. Okay, we have Lilac, strengthen your faith. Yeah, I think it's faith in yourself, but I also think it's faith in terms of what is beyond the mental and the physical world, the physical plane, because that is what we're dealing with here. When we're looking at the Hanged Man, And also we're looking at the strength. This is to do with tapping into the, the spiritual realm, tapping into your soul as well. And obviously with this color lilac, it's a very, very high vibrational kind of color, very spiritual color as well. So we're really talking about third eye crown. So they really want you to start working on that. It's interesting, we've got two blindfolded figures in the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. But the Two of Swords is more aligned with tapping into that non-physical realm, and this is what they want you to do, and this will help you to see what your old habits are doing, and this will give you the way, give you kind of a clue as to what needs to be cleared and how you can clear it. And yeah, this might not be resonant for everybody, but you could imagine some kind of purifying light flowing through all your chakras or through your third eye, or through your aura. It could be about cleaning your aura. You could be visualizing chains breaking away. That's just one thing you can do. There's many, many things you can do. If you don't like visualizing, if it doesn't feel natural to you, you can do guided meditations. You can work up, you can sort of think about how this would sound, this process of clearing away all this kind of dark, restrictive energy. How it would smell, how it would feel as well. So really, really open up. And it doesn't have to be through meditation. It could be anything. All right. So I would really, really look into that. If you do that, then yes, you will get to that point in your life where you are starting to be that natural born leader, and things will feel much more aligned for you and much more positive. Okay. So thank you, Group 2, for watching. I hope some of it at least resonated with you. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again in another reading in the future. Goodbye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Mookaite Jasper. And this reading will be about what is going to happen in the next chapter of your story, this story being your life. So as I said in the introduction, this reading will really not be focusing on any specific category. I'm just going to be asking Spirit really what's going to happen. So anything could come up, expect anything. Could be something you don't know about, or something that is kind of confirming what is going to happen for you. All right, so Spirit, please can you give me clear information about what is going to happen for Group 3 in the next chapter of their story. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. We have the Four of Cups, followed by the Hanged Man, followed by the Eight of Cups. I feel that you're going to get some kind of revelation, and you will see things in a way that you've never seen before, and it's like it's going to make you change direction. Okay, so you're going to gain a new perspective, as you see with the Hanged Man. And I feel that it's going to happen quite possibly quite by surprise, in probably unusual surroundings. There's no warning, it's just going to happen. And they're really, really going to try and grab your attention. So for me, this is possibly Spirit is going to really, really try and grab your attention. And they're going to give you some important information. And it might feel a bit strange. It might feel a bit otherworldly. As you see, this Hanged Man, very much to do with that Neptunian 12th house energy. All right, so this could happen in a dream, between dream states. It could be happening when you're daydreaming, and it will suddenly, something will click, and you'll possibly change direction as to where you're going. And I feel like it could be some sort of spiritual path. It could be that you're walking towards something more spiritual and walking away from something that's not actually serving you any longer. So this is what I feel is going to happen in this next chapter. So a lot going on, Group 3. So let's get a bit more information about this. Okay, more information please about what is going to happen in the next chapter of the story of Group 3, please. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands, followed by the World card, followed by the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely something's... I feel that things are going to slot into place. You'll start to find, you'll get some sort of clue, and you'll be finding about where you fit in the world, and it'll feel really, really good actually. I'm feeling that you have been possibly struggling for quite a while, possibly physically, possibly mentally, and you feel like, you know, you've been fighting different battles throughout your life, and there will come a point when I just feel like you'll be really, really fed up. You're probably fed up now, but there'll be a time when Spirit will give you some sort of message, and they want you to take notice of this. And what this is going to do is definitely, it's like it's going to elevate you, and it's going to make you feel more in line with what you're meant to be doing, and or what you want to do as well. And yeah, it's like it's changing your direction. So I do feel there's something quite spiritual that's happening here, group 3. So yeah, it could be something quite esoteric. I do really feel it's some sort of spiritual journey. So, you know, you could be having some sort of spiritual business where you're actually communicating or channeling messages to other people. So this could be more locally, this could be through tarot reading, it could be for a YouTube channel, anything where you're giving information to people to support them. But I do feel it has a strong spiritual dimension to it. So yeah, you could be some sort of life coach, you're thinking, you might go into counselling, something like that, anything when you're in some sort of advisory capacity as well. But I think, I feel that what's going to happen is you're possibly going to realise that you are going to need to acquire some knowledge about this, but you're going to get direction about where you're going. So you'll need to know. They'll probably let you know the things you might need to read, the kind of videos you might need to watch on YouTube or any other source. Okay, they'll give you some information about that. And this will kind of give you the tools to carry on with your journey. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to pull a few cards about this. So I'm going to use this Hidden Worlds deck. It has some lovely imagery on it. So please, Spirit, can I have information about the next chapter of the story for people in group 3, please? Oh, Secret of Spring, Freedom, Action, Power. Yeah, it's like you're being freed from the previous things that have made you feel quite shackled, or the kind of things that made you feel that it's probably made you feel there's a lot of obstacles that are stopping you, and that's because you're probably feeling a bit in the dark about why you're here. Really, what is your purpose? And then what will happen is you'll get this enlightenment, and it will feel like spring. Spirit it's like giving you a new beginning, and this will, yeah, definitely change. And I'm seeing this spring here. It's like you're looking you're looking in this kind of like a crystal ball. You're seeing new things on the horizon, new things that you can do. So yeah, there's a lot of regeneration going on here, and yeah, you will feel very, very free, and you will be going on a path that feels very, very individual to you, but it feels very aligned with what you want. It's like you're doing things on your own terms. Wow. Okay, I'm going to use... No, I'm going to use this one, I think. Okay. We have fear. Your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. Okay. Yeah, I'd really focus on that, because I do feel that some of you actually know what it is you want, but you're kind of fearful of how you will come across to others, and you're just feeling there's a lot of obstacles, and you think it's like you're in a position, you feel a bit stuck in that you don't want to take any risks at the moment. And I think this will start to elevate more in this next chapter. you'll start to feel so much resistance that you're thinking, I can't fight this fear any longer. I just need to go forward and do this. This Hanged Man could also be that you feel like you are completely at a standstill, okay? And you're feeling quite blocked. You're at a standstill. You're not actually getting anywhere with the life that you want. But what's happening is, what they want you to do while you're in this state is kind of tap into your other senses, into your spiritual senses as well. Tap into the other realms and see things as they really are. And then this will give you that guidance and give you the strength and the courage to get through this fear. Okay? But I think this is going to happen. I really feel this will happen in this cycle. It's like something will, as I said before, something will click and you'll be able to go forward without fear, independently on your own mission. And it will feel right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to ask, how can people in group 3, how can they navigate this next chapter in their story so that they can continue the story of their life in the most positive way, please? Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords, followed by the Chariot, followed by the 9 of Wands. Yeah, I just got the phrase, feel the fear and do it anyway, that came to me. I know that it's a famous book that was written years ago as well. I can't remember the author, but I think this is what they're trying to say to you. This 3 of Swords, I feel, it's like your fears have, what's happened is, because they've built up so much, you've been struggling so much with your internal fears as well, that you felt quite heartbroken, and mentally so as well, as this is a sword card, and it's like you feel, oh, I'm not achieving the life that I want. And 3 is to do with creativity, so it's like you haven't created the life that you want up to now. But what they're saying is, what you need to do is kind of, I see, when you tap into that other realm, the other realms, the spiritual realms as well, I think possibly as well, work on getting that energy through your solar plexus as well. This is very much to do with doing an effortless energy flow as well. Really tap into that. And it's kind of believing in yourself. I see this Chariot as believing in yourself, believing that you are strong and that you have the capability to navigate in whichever way you want to, because the Chariot is definitely about navigation, and the Chariot, I believe, can navigate through all dimensions, whether they be 3D or 7D, whatever. They can navigate through all dimensions, but in a really effortless way. Okay, and this is what they want you to develop. And yeah, this is about feeling the fear. Yes, you feel the fear, but you do it anyway, and the results will be wonderful. And yeah, you're feeling quite, with this 9 of Wands, yes, you're feeling that it's been quite a difficult journey. But what they're saying is, if you feel that fear, if you do it, then you will still be standing. You'll have gained all that strength. And again, number 9, you're near at the end of that cycle as well. It's like you've faced them fears and you gained a lot of strength from it. Okay, I'm going to get some more cards about this. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, I feel these fears have made you feel very restricted mentally. And it's kind of like you put yourself in shackles. You feel like you can't go anywhere. You feel so blocked. And yes, this has caused a lot of heartbreak. Yeah. And again, we have the Page of Pentacles repeated. This is about you actually seeing clearly, seeing opportunities clearly on the earth plane as well. And about you using, letting spirit help you to augment your energy so you can navigate this plane really, really positively. And then we have the Moon. Yeah. So fears are often things like, the Moon is to do with them fears, things that we can't see. What they're saying is, you feel the fears, but because you can't see it, it feels worse than what it actually might be. So what they're saying is, try and face it You can start with baby steps and small steps and then build up gradually. But what I think is important here, that you're building up this process gradually. And you'll start to feel a lot more better and a lot freer when you face these underlying things that make you feel fearful, basically. Because they'll remain there and they'll get stronger, and these binds will get stronger and stronger. So they're really I think they're really going to help you with this. But I think what they wanted to do, Spirit wants you to actually take some actions. This could be little steps every day. Okay, it doesn't matter how big or how small these steps are. The fact is that you are taking some sort of step into the unknown, and this will actually free you. Okay, and you'll get more closer to this kind of, real achievement really in the world, in the 3D. Okay, so just a few more words, please, Spirit, about this. So I'll go back to my Hidden Worlds Oracle deck. We have open like the lotus, flowering spirit, revelation, maturity. Yeah. Where you've been feeling really, really constricted mentally, really start to open up. Start to test the waters. And what will happen is you will start to flower. Like this lovely lotus here. Beautiful. And lastly, just to finish off, what can they do, please, Spirit, for people in group 3 to navigate this next chapter of their story, please? Creative projects. This is lovely. It is time to get things done. Make your creative projects a priority now. Remember, we've got the number 3 here. This is where you felt all this heartbreak. They're saying it's never, never too late. What you need to do is take them little steps, face those things that are making you feel fearful. The challenge saying it doesn't matter what other people think about your creative projects. The whole point is that you create, and things will start to improve for you, and you start to feel much more aligned, and you'll be on that individual journey as well. Lovely. What a lovely way to end. Yeah, really focus on your creativity. That's really important as well. We have the number 22, which I think in numerology is a master number. I think it's to do with the builder. It's a very spiritual number as well. This is really about, it's like you build in your life in regards to how you create it. And I think there is a strong urge in you to be really, really independent, do things that are not in the usual way, but not to be afraid of that. Really, really test the waters, and it will start to get easier for you, and you'll start to create in the way that you want to. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 3, for watching. I hope some of it resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave any comments as well if you wish to do so. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hello, Group 4, and welcome to your reading. You chose this Pyrite crystal, and this reading will be about what is going to happen in the next chapter of your story. Okay, the story is really referring to your life, and I've left it quite open, really. As I said in the introduction, I'm not focusing on one particular area or category. I'm just going to see what comes up for you. So it could be something that you are already aware of, that is starting to occur or is starting to happen or intensify, or it could be something completely unknown. All right, so okay, let's begin. So Spirit, please can you give me information as clear as possible for people in Group 4 about what is going to happen in the next chapter of their story, please. Their story of their life. What will happen, please, in the next chapter? So we have the Emperor, followed by the 5 of Pentacles, followed by Judgment. Okay. So I feel that for quite some time you have felt that things have been lacking structure and order, and especially internally or personally with yourself. I'm guessing there might be some sort of element of possibly physical poor health, or maybe mental poor health as well. And that's actually made you feel quite left out in the cold for quite a long time. It's like you felt on the periphery of things, that you can't really get involved within the normal structures of society. And I feel that what's going to happen is you'll kind of get a jolt. It will feel a bit tricky, but you feel like you get quite a jolt from spirit. It's like they're trying to command you or call you to attention. They're really trying. It's like they're trying to awaken you. I'm really drawn to these figures in the bottom of this card. I think in the deck they've passed. They're in graves, I think, and they're starting to rise up in response to this call, which I believe is the Archangel Gabriel. But he's calling them to arms. So this is a really, really important time for you. And I think it is to do with finding your self-power. And I feel that it's about building yourself up in this next chapter. This is about building up yourself, regaining your own authority about yourself. This is about structure and building and order and things starting to fall into place. Okay. And yeah, I think what they're trying to do, Spirit is trying to call you out of this kind of feeling of possibly that things aren't going well for you, that it's kind of that you're possibly feeling, there might be some poverty associated with it, or some sort of lack of good fortune, and you're feeling quite shut out in the cold. And as I see, this window is kind of a window into the church, into refuge. And it's at the window of spiritual enlightenment as well. And hopefully at some point, these two figures that are walking around in the snow, at one point they will start to look up and realize that they can actually enter this church and be relieved of all this coldness, this bleakness. Okay, and this is where they find comfort. And this is what I think Spirit is trying to do for you. Okay. Right, I'm going to get some more information about this. So more information, please. It's a really important chapter in your story. We have two major arcanas. So possibly, thinking about it again, you're probably going to get some help for some sort of spirit guide that will, it's kind of like they're teaching you how to be like this sort of energy, instead of being like this. This is what I'm feeling from this. Okay. Yeah, we have forward direction here, forward momentum, as we see with the Eight of Wands. So that's pretty positive, actually. We have the Two of Swords, followed by the Three of Cups. What a difference in energy between the Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Then we have the King of Wands. So this is very similar to another reading. I'm not sure if it was group 2 or 3, but I think it's definitely to do with self-power and self-authority. And I feel that Spirit is trying to bring you into alignment with that. And I think for far too long, you've been in the Five of Pentacles sort of energy. And yes, this is what I think will happen. And I think you're getting... And I believe this Two of Swords in this instance is like she's kind of meditating. And then this spirit guide, being the Emperor, is coming through and giving her this wisdom. And this, I believe, is yourself or you. And this spirit guide is helping you. He's kind of coaching you or tutoring you in how to kind of get this lovely kind of, authoritative energy, this strong energy. All right. Yeah. And this will involve actually They want you to find some kind of inner strength, but it's also, I think, there's sort of self-respect for who you are, and it's really taking up space within the world, and that you deserve as much as other people get. All right, and what this will do, we will change this Five of Pentacles energy to this Three of Cups energy. This is what it will do if you allow it. Okay, lovely. Right, so let's get some oracle cards about this. I'm going to choose this Carl Grey deck. Okay, Spirit, information please on the next chapter of the story for people in group 4, please. We have Inner Earth, Base Chakra, Strength and Security, Laying Foundations. Yeah, definitely. As we see with this Emperor card here, this is definitely strong foundation structure. I feel that you will start to get a sense of this. Things will start, as I said before, things will start to fall into place. You're starting to build strong foundations for yourself. And this next chapter will be pivotal in this. And I feel that you will get some help. And I think it's important for you to try and link up with that kind of Emperor energy, that King of Wands energy within yourself. And then you'll know you will be conversing and learning from this particular spirit guide as well. Yeah, this is all to do with the base chakra, the root chakra. It's all to do with feeling secure on earth. Obviously, in the Five of Pentacles, they're not secure. They're always looking for the next meal. They don't know if they're going to get it that particular night when they're going round and round outside the church. But they want you to be secure metaphorically within the foundations, within the building of this church. They want you to find that security. And this is what you'll start to find. Things will start to happen. Things will start to flow much more easier. You start to get a sense of logic and order. And remember, we have the number 4. And this is about balance. And it's about, well, it's really, if you think about the structure of a cube, it's held together in four, in 4 different corners, and it's a strong, stable structure. This is what's going to happen for you. Things are going to get much more stable in this next chapter. Okay, let's get some more about this, please. And we have support team. 2 minds are better than 1, 3 minds are better than 2, and 4 minds are unstoppable. Lovely. And looking at this card now, I feel that the support team is Spirit, who's guiding you. And I believe it's your guide. Could be the Archangel Gabriel, or it could be any sort of guardian angel that you have. We have the number 3 here as well. So we could really be talking about 3 spirit guides that are helping you with this. And one of them happens to be, kind of have that kind of Emperor energy about them, but they're all there to support you. Your support team is really coming through for you because they recognize that you've been going through, really difficult time. Could be financially. It's to do with that sense of well-being and that sense of structure and support and stability on earth. And they've recognized that you've been going through a long time. So what they're going to do now, they're going to come through and give you the support, give you the tuition, give you that kind of a guide and light into how you can get more stability, more structure in your life. Wow. Okay, so I'd like to know now, what can people in group 4 do to navigate this next chapter of their story so that they can continue the story of their life in the most positive way possible, please, Spirit? Sorry about that. Okay, so we have justice, we have the sun, and we have strength. This is mega powerful. Group 4, we have 3 major arcanas. Okay, what they're telling me is this next phase in your life is really important. And I'm getting the sense of restoring the true, it's like restoring the order, restoring even karma, some sort of karma that you might have carried through from previously in this life or possibly other lives. And it's like things need to be resolved now. You need to get some needs to be resolved so you can move on positively. It's like you've carried this for a long time and it's made you feel this Five of Pentacles energy. So yeah, there's a sense of balance. And then we have the Sun, which again, this is about your spirit, your true self being illuminated. They really want you to, I feel that it's possibly focusing on the inner child, and also it's also looking at letting spirit illuminate the path for you. And yes, spirit is coming through and they're giving you the strength to do this. And again, we have the Leo. This is the strength card is to do with Leo. We have the lion here. So again, the lion is about being a leader, being in control, being strong, and they're going to help you and support you with that. So what I think they're trying to do is get you to really appreciate the importance of what is happening in this next chapter, not to take it lightly, and to give it the time, to give it the space for things to unfold for you as well. So really treat this, it's like treating yourself with respect, because it's so important for you to move on in a much more positive way. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Anything else you want to say, please, about this, spirits, for group 4, how they can navigate this next chapter in the most positive way? We have the King of Cups. Yeah, definitely to do with emotional balance. Things are starting to be balanced, starting to feel more, you start to feel more supported, I would say, more balanced emotionally. The Tower. I'll get some more on that. It's amazing. We've got another major arcana here to clarify the Sun. This, to me, is... it's almost like we're getting a surge of solar plexus, kind of solar power. I will get some more information about that. And then we have the Three of Cups again. It's like what they want you to do is tap into the energy, to the advice that these spirit guides are giving you. So I do believe it's spirit guides that are helping you with this. So it's really you tap into the energy, tap into the support that they're giving you. Let me get some more information about that. Just a bit more information about that Tower card, please. I just feel like it's blasting away the old to bring in the new. That's what I'm feeling. We have the Six of Cups. So I'm feeling that what they're trying to do, giving you that strength, they're trying to make you face things that, I mean, possibly from childhood or from a long time ago, at a time where you felt possibly quite vulnerable. So it will feel quite difficult, but what you're doing is you're trying to, it's like unraveling things for you, and you're starting to actually see the truth behind things. And this will actually liberate you, because you'll start to learn much more about yourself. You'll start to think about, what did you actually want to do when you were this age that you never got to do? That what made you go into this Five of Pentacles energy? They want you to explore that. And I think the Tower is just saying that this will be a very, very powerful experience for you, because it's like previous misconceptions and everything are being shattered to make way for the new. And you're really, really exploring yourself, not just at the moment, but it's like you're exploring the whole trajectory of this particular life. And on the bottom of the deck, what I didn't say, yeah, we've got the Five of Cups. So yeah, it will feel quite difficult. There might be some possibly grief or loss associated with it. It might have to make you go over that sort of thing again. But what they're telling me is that they are here to support you with this as well. And on the bottom of this deck, we had the Eight of Swords. So yeah, I feel that you're starting to be freed from this kind of Eight of Swords energy. And what I forgot to mention when I pulled this first deck, we had the Moon in the bottom. So I think it's about digging deep, digging into the depths, digging, looking beyond what you can see with the naked eye, really, and really exploring yourself. And that will reveal a lot of truths, but this will help you to gain that strength. And what they're telling me is your spirit guides are, there to support you with this. And obviously you have the option yourself with seeking external help as well. So do whatever feels right for you, but know that you are supported in this time, and that don't be afraid to ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help as well. Okay, because Spirit really, really wants you to, to elevate yourself from this Five of Pentacles to this new wonderful Emperor, Knight, King of Cups energy as well, this Three of Cups energy. It's really important. Okay. Anything else you want to say with these last two oracles, please, Spirit? For people in group 4. Holy Grail. Yeah, it says here, inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. Yeah. It feels difficult, but by exploring yourself, really, really deep exploration, it's like you're finding the Holy Grail. It's like kind of a magic gift that they're giving you from doing this. And one more message, please, to finish off about this. Increase. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. Yeah, wonderful. What a lovely message to end the reading with. Yeah, so it's really looking at what makes your heart sing. What is it you've always wanted to do? What things do you love? And really, really exploring that. And this is what will happen, and increase that. When I look at the increase, I'm thinking of increasing the strength. It's like increasing this power surge, and increasing this illumination. And this will really, really help you. Really help you to manifest the life that you want. Okay, thank you for watching Group 4. I hope some of it resonated. If it did, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and also leave any comments. All comments are welcome as well. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.